Hi guys, my favorite too, and this is tricky topics that affect the narrative and our urban culture. Make us a part of it, guys. Hi guys, my favorite too, as we discuss tricky topics that affect the narrative and our urban culture. Make us a part of it, guys.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, and every Wednesday night we bring you trending topics with Faith, Tanya, and myself. Tanya is definitely showing out and showing up. She's letting Cuddy know that she's real deal, letting
I
me know she's
believe
real
that.
deal.
I'm not.
You know,
I
I ain't
already,
trying
I
to.
already know. Why you think I
I,
let her
I,
know?
I ain't trying to
Doing the
start no trouble, but you
club.
know. So what's going on, ladies? How was y'all week?
I had a good week. A much better week than last week.
Faith, you have no control over the things that you can't control.
Yeah.
You know, at a certain point at your age, and I ain't saying you're old because you're mature. You're entering what I like to call seasoned. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to say what I want to say on these airwaves. But when you're seasoned, right, you just sit back and don't let nobody mess with your peace. They
Yeah.
mess with your peace, they
Exactly.
got to go. That go for
Yeah.
kids, that go for family, that go for anybody,
Yeah.
co-workers, anybody.
I'm
So
definitely there because Lord, I was definitely overwhelmed.
yeah,
But
you got
God is
yeah.
good. I'm back. I'm back on track.
So one of the stories we're gonna cut right to it, man. This is crazy here. Hold up, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Whew, man. I'm gonna read the story. So she resigned. Nori Martinez resigned city council in the wake of leak audio. Faith, you had sent me the audio this week, and we
Mm-hmm.
could discuss the audio. It is with a broken heart that I resign from my seat for City Council, City District 6, the community I grew up in my home. Martinez wrote in a lengthy resignation. Martinez, who represents such San Fernando Valley communities as Van Nuys, Orletta, Sun Valley, told her constituents that it had been a privilege serving them, and I hope to stay engaged and continue to fight for your fair share of the city's resources. She said, "It's hard to say goodbye, but please know I was in this fight with you." Interesting. So, Faith, I'm going to ask you because we don't need to reiterate. What was the reason why she resigned, Faith?
Because she got busted.
what do you mean she got busted?
She got busted being ignorant, showing her true colors, how she feel about the people that she claimed that she want to support and provide for. She's a liar and she was exposed. So she resigned so she didn't have to get fired.
So she resigned amidst most people have heard about what happened. It was leaked audio where she called a colleague's son a monkey.
And said he act white. And he like basically trying to say how white kids do what they want, walk over their parents. Yeah, she said that.
And said he was with the blacks.
Yep. Oh, he's with the blacks. Like it's a bad thing. So why do we want somebody to lead us like that? You're not for us. We have a lot that cover their face and pretend, but once you found out, you out of here. She should have been fired. She shouldn't even had to get the resign. She should have been fired.
I'm gonna ask you, Faith. We were talking before we went live, and I said that I'm sick of discussing issues about race because I think in a sense we're falling for the low hanging fruit. I think it speaks to something that's
We're
more
not
court.
falling for it. That's all that's offered to us.
Mm.
That's all that we could reach. They made it so we can't reach it. It was planned like that to make it unreachable for us from the beginning, and it's getting tiresome. It's just sickening, and if you feel helpless, but we're not helpless. We're not helpless. How could we go out there and vote for our president that's not changing laws for us? How could we vote for a mayor
President
that don't
doesn't.
get the cops in
Faith.
order?
President
Yeah,
doesn't change any laws.
no, I know, but he could he could
He
he could
can't do
speak up.
anything actually.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
president can sign an executive order. That doesn't mean people got
Oh, I
abide
learned
by
that
it.
with Obama. Like, I never knew that the president really had no power until Obama was in office, when everything was no, 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 no. So yeah, I'm aware of that. But
So
basically,
let me ask you guys a question because um and this may be touchy, right? Us three, we grew up with Latinos side by side.
Yeah.
The difference between a lot of the Spanish that we grew up with, it was more Dominican, Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
some El Salvador, something like that.
Yeah.
So when we speak about those Latinos, we heard them say certain words because we grew
yeah.
up in their home, we grew up in our homes, the
Hmm.
N word, so forth, so on. And the reason why I want to get to this, California is a little different. There are a lot of Mexicans, predominantly Mexican, because California, we know history was part of Mexico at one time, and it's a lot of racial tension between the blacks and Latinos. So, do you think that this woman, like, this is who she is, or it
Of
was just
course,
like her
of
characterizing,
course.
like I may be like, I may be having a conversation with y'all, we cool, whatever, and I may be like B, or y'all may be like N. Y'all ain't calling me an N, but y'all calling me
Yeah,
an
but
N.
if we talking about someone else that is not there,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? N is our colleague. N is a racist slur. It ain't
Wait,
like I'm
wait, wait,
calling.
wait. But is this a lingo that people use? I mean,
No, not
it's like a
monkey,
catch twenty
monkey.
two.
Any, I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends. To me, they black. You know that they call me a monkey. It's like me calling them a spit. It's an insult. That's not slang. We don't call each other monkeys, and we don't even say nigger. We say nigga. It means two different things to us, but nobody's allowed to really say it but us, and we shouldn't say it either. Honestly, you know
What's
what I'm
up,
saying? Because
Ty? Ty,
no,
why is she
because
looking at me with them eyes like, yo, we got an issue here?
See, like, oh, they call themselves niggas. We don't say niggers. We never call each other niggers. We say niggas. It got two different definitions. Niggas to us, only to each other, mean my friend, or that's my nigga, that's my people's. Even the word big, if I use it to one of my girlfriends, which I don't, you know what I'm saying? Unless there's times I have, I'm like, bitch, let me tell you, I'm not calling her a bitch like, fighting words, bitch. It's different. And I understand what you're saying. Is that the same? No, we don't call each other monkeys. And like I said, it's like me calling my Puerto Rican friend a spit or my white friend a honky. It's disrespectful. And it was behind closed doors, so that's who you really are. You know, that's it. It was like that. Whoever had that order was a fly on the wall. They was naked, quarter
I'm
naked.
gonna ask you a question. Were you first of all, we know she resigned. The people she was talking to didn't resign, and they never said like, "Yo, what you saying?" Like they didn't stop her. They basically co-signed what she said.
Well, one of them had to tell. One of them set her up.
Tanya, what's your take on that?
I was trying to find, it is one more that did resign. I'm just trying to find his name because I wrote it down. Honestly, let me give you an example. I drive a school bus. If a kid is fighting or wants to hit me, when I took that job, knowing I was dealing with all walks of life, all kinds of cultures and diversities, whatever, it's a possibility that I'm dealing with kids who have issues at home, whatever. So I could get hit. Not, and I've known it to happen. I've known bus drivers to literally get beat up on by children. And the minute you respond and put your hand on them, you lost your job, you going to court, you doing this, you doing that. So I'm saying that to say what I would always say when it came to the police. You took this job knowing what it entailed. So you are to be held accountable for any actions and any words you say. So as far as I'm concerned, she should have been kicked out on her ASS
Instead of giving the opportunity.
instead of giving her
Well, tell me what
the gracefulness
because we speaking about it because it is trending. A lot of times when we may do our show, we may talk about something that was talked about 2-3 days ago, but this is like an ongoing thing. It's like a
people are in shock because they know it's happening.
I don't, that Faith, that's the craziest thing about it for me. I don't know why we're in shock. I don't know why.
No, we're in shock that it was leaked. We know it's going down.
I don't know. See, my thing is, you can tell a person first in politics. Let's just look at politics. You can tell what a person is about based off the policies that they sign and they institute. What they say and what's in their hearts is far worse. So for this to happen, I'm shocked at so many people being shocked because of the society that we live in. Our society is polarizing and it's,
you know what it is?
Everything is a racial thing nowadays. It's like racially driven, race drives, race push.
I don't think they shocked. I think they fed up. I think they angry and they are showing it. And even some of her kind, some of those people from where she lived at were even angry. Like, no, Black Lives Matter here, right now, today. I don't think they shocked. I don't think so at all. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at the conversation. I'm not shocked at the men sitting there all stupid and humble in the conversation, just agreeing with her to, and allowing her.
They probably the one setting her up.
Just encouraging her and supporting everything she was saying. And now what is sad and not shocking is the way she did it and how her tone of voice was. She do it all the time in that office and with the men.
Like, oh, he's with the blacks.
Anytime she's comfortable to talk like that.
And we all from America? Shouldn't we all be together? Like, but what's the, you know what? I'm going to keep it real. And I really, this is my wishes,
What she say, Faith?
I said, what?
He with the blacks?
Yeah. Oh, he's with the blacks. Like, what? But guess what? They all want to, no, I ain't going to say, I'm about to say they want to be black, but it's all good. We need our own community. We never had our own community. There's no black community nowhere. Like the doctor said, nowhere in America. It's black hoods. Because it's not all blacks in our hoods. It's every other race with us. But there's everywhere else there's a community.
I'm pissed off with the heavy accent that she still has to think that she's more American than I am. Oh, I'm pissed off. I'm not shocked. I'm pissed off. How dare you? Yep. What are you talking about? You're making it by the skin of your teeth.
But my whole thing is, why do you think you're better than somebody?
Just
why
like
does anybody? I really want to know, why do anybody really think that they're better by the color of their skin? That's the dumbest thing in the world.
What she think they calling her? The other ones, the third color. What she think they calling her?
Yeah.
That's because and this is.
Oh no, she knows she's not white. She made it clear that little boy.
This will go into a whole
that little
another
monkey
subject.
Act like a white child, a white
race.
kid.
Race is a social construct.
And we're the puppets.
We've allowed it the last 200 years.
We're the puppets. We're being abused. We're slaves. We're idiots. We're getting killed. We getting degraded publicly, humiliated on a daily. It's crazy. It's
Mm.
crazy. And that's why I'm mad at my black people. Because they don't give a fuck either. Excuse my language.
But I'm gonna ask you, Faith, and I don't want to be funny when I ask this question because I'm being dead serious, but I got a smile on my
Yeah.
face. Should they?
Should they? Yeah, we should give a fuck about each other.
Why?
Because not giving a fuck is brought us here. Killing each other.
Let's, for lack of better words, let's unpack a conversation, right? Most of us left our hoods for better
No,
living
not just
situation.
better to live, to survive. Because, like you said, we didn't leave our
Who
community because we didn't
who
have.
was there?
Yeah, listen, we left the hood, not
Yeah,
our community,
yeah.
because we never had a community. If we had a community, it'd been different. We had
I've
the
never,
hood,
I've
so our
never,
lives was in
I
danger.
grew
Our
up,
kids' lives was in danger.
I grew up in most of us grew up in the black section of town, right?
The hood,
So why did you move?
because I wasn't in the community, I was in the hood.
So where did you move to? Something where you would be more comfortable, right?
In a better hood. I'm
Yeah.
still not where I'm supposed to be.
My thing is,
I'm still not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not dodging bullets no more.
I
I'm not
can
walking over dead bodies no more. As a child, I experienced that.
see who was
Yeah.
doing it. It was in Peterstown.
No, it was the
It was in
hood.
Peterstown, right?
It was the hood. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That if we I couldn't even. I'm like, okay, if it was a black, okay, if you see blacks in a white community, you'll see two or three, and they being
But
treated
let me
fake.
ask you, even if that is the case, right? That's where you'll always hear about them. Oh, he lives in a white community. He's acting white. How could you act white?
Brainwashed.
How can a person act? No, no.
If they
Think
if
about that.
no for
Just
real.
the mere fact that a person can say to another person, "You're acting white," where white race is a social construct in this country. It was made up
Yeah.
for socialist for social
If you speak proper English, you acting
demographics.
white. If you go to a good college and you don't talk slang or curse and have, no hood in you, you acting white. That's crazy. It's the same way you see a white boy with his jeans sagging, with tattoos
All right
and
now,
and,
because
and,
they pull up next to
and
my
they
bus
and,
blasting that rapping music. I look down and
and
I say, who is that?
oh no,
And when I see that it's a white person,
I had went on a date to downtown Philadelphia, and it was a interracial club, white, Chinese, Indian, on everything. I love. When I first got in there, I was a little uncomfortable because it was like probably four blacks, including myself. So at first I was a little comfortable, and I'm like, the music was my music, and they
And,
was going word for word. They was blacking out,
and you was in there. And you was in there with
and
Joshua.
no, I was with a black man. I don't play that. But a black man, like you about to say, that they act white. We got proper English and all that. But
You sure you wasn't in there with David?
no, I like my men. I like chocolate. I'm about to
But
say
anyway,
chocolate
right?
meat. Now you're gonna have me act
So
up on this show.
so
I like my meat dark.
let me
I like my meat dark.
let me ask y'all a question. Where we gonna go from here with the city council? Because the residents in L.A. based off some videos, they look like they're ready to tear it down.
Yeah, they told
they
them they
want
getting nice. She said we coming for you.
they want the whole city council
She said
to
we coming
resign.
right now. We here. You gotta go. Like, who do you, and then to sit up there and say you want to serve us and say it's been a pleasure. It was a pleasure to disrespect us all behind our backs. I ain't out there in LA and I still felt disrespect. That's how you feel about us. Why you in power? Why you have any authority over anybody? They don't do these like for these people. They let them just do what they want, and that's the problem. Like I wish that it wasn't we stay separate. I wish we would have just had our own black schools and stayed like that, and our own black businesses and stayed like that, and let them be there. Let the black cops police the blacks The
I mean,
whites police the blacks.
now being
I mean, the
just
whites.
being just a tad bit fair, they did throw in the villages of Koreans and things of that nature too in that
No,
audio
she
that
was
I
just
listened
saying.
to. So
No, she was just
literally,
talking about her
it was
race.
major. It was about black people, but the male, he even when he was describing Wizard of Oz and all that nonsense, they
Yeah.
did bring up and they
No,
were mocking Korean people.
even a white
So
person to sit
they
there
got the nerve
basically
to.
saying that white families can't control their kids. She insulted white people as well by saying, "Oh, that the monkey act like like he's white, like he behaved like a white
Let me
child. He needed his
let
ass
me let
whooped."
me ask you about that, right? If you go on a tangent, Faith, you have a podcast. If you go on a tangent and you attack black people, you're not going to get ostracized.
By the black people, I should hope.
You might, because if you're telling the truth, ain't nobody going to say nothing. If you're talking about our stereotypes, that'll be true. If you go on a tangent and you attack white people, you're not going to get ostracized. When you start talking about specific groups within different cultures, that's when you'll get ostracized. And I believe the reason why that is because we fall for the low fruit, man.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you watched that video I had posted, and it was just amazing. Like you know these things, but you don't really be paying attention to these things. And he was saying that a Chinese person would not buy from a black person no matter what is in a culture, and it's like they taught that the man was offering him half off and everything for the same exact product he get from his fellow brother, way cheaper. And he said it's not about the money. He said the reason why y'all don't get ahead because y'all don't have no culture. He said y'all buy from everybody else except yourself. We buy from each other, and that's why we thrive as a people. He said then he made it clear like how white people, like how it's white people that be hurt that cause they the ones that's human and that and got God in their life. They don't condone the other racist white people that's killing blacks and unarmed and stuff. They be like, why he do that? That's so messed up. But they don't condemn him. They don't punish him. They stick by them. Now, like they like okay, how they tell this wrong and this and that. But when court over, they not guilty. But a black person do something wrong, and we see they did something wrong. Well, good for him. That's what he get. We don't stand by him. And he said that. He said every other race, no matter if they wrong or right, they stick by them. We're done up. We're done up. Period.
For those in the chat, she's referring to a video by Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yeah.
All right, we put a puppy on that situation.
What we gonna do about being done up? Kill?
We'll discuss that at a later date.
All right.
Hold up. I found this to be hilarious and funny. Y'all know me.
Finding something.
Hold up. This took me all the way out.
Oh, Jesus.
Getting my summer stuff ready and trying to continue to be healthy. But then I got to keep dealing with this idiot in this foolishness. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in there. Don't go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. My mother just died last year, okay? And you bringing strangers all in here, Jalen Rose, to walk to your mother's house that you love so much, that you trying to sell her house a year after she passed while your sister's still living here in it. And you had the audacity to call me a squatter when I took care of our mother and our grandmother in this house. You got a lot of nerve, Jalen Rose. You got a lot of nerve. And I hope the whole world see how much nerve you got now and how fake and phony you been talking about how much love you got to your mother and your family. Mighty funny. The man with the mic ain't got nothing to say today. Ain't that strange? Ain't that strange? How you gonna sell a house somebody live in and been living in for the last 3 years and not communicate? This what this guy is on.
That was my opinion.
Well, let me just give it a little background because Jalen mentioned it before. Jalen Rose spoke about how it was an honor that his family always had a house in Detroit. This is where he's from. He said they will always live, they will always have roots in Detroit, they'll never move. This is about a year ago, a couple years ago. Talk about how his mother had this house, and he speaks very highly when he's on TV about having those Detroit roots and understanding the culture of Detroit. For those that don't know, a lot of people may not notice. I'm just going to provide this for context. Detroit is the most heavily populated black city, major black city in the country. So Detroit is very rich in culture, very rich in as Faith would say, blackness.
Well,
So
maybe is what about the crime?
I mean, every area has
I know, but
crime.
is it like Chicago or Philly?
It's high in crime, but it's high in
Um,
crime because of the we could
um,
we could do a crime show on
Cause I
that.
about to say I go to Detroit. I'd rather
But
be around my people, but not the hood.
anyway, I wanted to talk about this because it is trending. Jalen Rose is a personality from ESPN, former basketball player, and I know that myself and these two young ladies would we could talk about stuff like this. I mean, I think in the black culture, I think it's everybody that I know has had a house in their family, and everybody that I know that has had a house in their family also lost a house in their family. So I
Yeah.
think when we talk about this, we can speak about things that happen in our families and be objective. Tanya, what you wanted to jump on this early? You this must have was a state to you, Tanya.
Now, first of all, the minute I watched it, I went to see what his net worth was. Now, that is a home he bought his mother. And I just had a friend go through the same thing. When the mother died, the sister moved in to help take care of her. And then all of a sudden, the house belonged to all three children, but she just, yeah, this is my house. I was here for mommy, nobody else, whatever, whatever. So now she done took the house, left her house, and moved in there and put out what she didn't want anymore. And the other two siblings don't have no say. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this man is worth $50 million. Honestly, if your sister lived there and took care of the woman you called mom and said you loved dearly, and the grandmother lived there and she took care of them, depending on the circumstances, I don't think you should be there trying to sell the house. I,
I,
I mean, out
I'm
of
going to disagree.
appreciation, that is your sibling who took care of your mother in that home. Now, on the other hand,
I'm about to say
if he's
I
given
disagree.
her a whole year's time and said, all right, I'm selling this house or whatever, then she had her heads up and she should be gone and not trying to expose him.
Okay, please let me get in because when I was watching that, my blood over here boiling. Because for one, okay, I thought she was gonna say I lived here for 20 years since I was little, and I'm like,
Right.
damn, he dead wrong. When she said 3 years, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you was okay taking care. That's your job. That was your job to take care of your mother. My mother got sick. I had siblings living with my mother, and I had to go over there, change my mother colostomy bag, clean her wounds and everything. And they lived in a house with her, and I would have to travel to do that. So you did your job. You came over there. Now you want to live for free. And if the house is all of y'all all supposed to split it. I don't care what it is. And then he looking at like, look, I own the house. If you ain't buying by me or whatever, his mother is gone. It ain't been a year. He's hurt. So he might be doing this out of pain, resentment towards her because of her actions. You didn't pay for nothing in that house, so you cannot say nothing. And you exposing him, trying to, that was evil to me. Like you said, that he told her ahead of time or whatever. Let me tell you a example, right? I have life insurance in my mind. And so my brother like, oh, you got a $500,000 life insurance on mom and she passed away. We splitting it. I said, do you split the monthly bill? Right?
That's
So,
right.
but when that time come and you got the, how is you going crazy wanting anything that you didn't put into?
It's not yours.
Family, when people die, when people pass away, it get ugly. It get real ugly. I had family members fight over pictures, fist fight.
I thought it was interesting.
But I feel as though she the one that's the most
Because
wrong.
she was
She
recording it. And
exposed him, and she's a
when
family
and at
affair.
first when I first seen it, I didn't notice him in the background, and then when I noticed him in the background with his AirPods in with with the young lady ignoring her,
That's embarrassing as hell. You got somebody
one
trying to
of the
buy the
things for
house.
me is I know of a lot of crazy situations, but see, I don't have. When I mean me and my two sisters and my brother, we don't beef. I mean, we don't argue at all. I know how, and I've heard sibling rivalry when parents died. When our mother died, it was mommy died, phone call. All right, call the funeral home. We gonna meet up at this time. This
Y'all
what we
get
want.
closer, or y'all gotta meet each other.
This what we want done. All right, this is how we gonna pay for it. And I see these situations, and I'll be trying to understand them, and I always hear like, you don't understand. And I know people that don't talk to their siblings, people that don't talk to their brother for years or their sister for years, and stuff happens. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd be amazed because
Yeah,
I
it's sad.
I wouldn't know how to even tell y'all, oh, I don't speak to my sisters.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that would
That's
be
weird to me. Like that's,
now for
but
me,
I
my
know it
mother
happens though.
passed. My mother passed and she had a life insurance policy and I was the beneficiary. And I didn't argue. They took everything. They went in the house, they took everything, the cars, they took everything my mother had. They didn't say, Tanya, do you want anything? They didn't say what we going to do about the funeral. What do her obituary look like? Nothing. I did all of it by myself. And I did not argue with them. And what money was left over, I even split with them.
That's because the heart that we have. That's
And
that
they
way.
didn't deserve it. Two of them didn't, as far as I'm
That was the
concerned.
thing that I had my
But
brother.
those are my
Yeah.
mother's children, and she would want them. Hey, so I didn't fight. I didn't argue, and I
No,
still talk to them, love them, everything. Do I
no.
think what they did was rather grimy? Yeah, you took all her jewelry, all her diamonds, all her gold, took the car, took all the furniture, took the clothes. Ain't asked me did I want a hat, nothing.
Wow. Well, you kind
Didn't
of better
worry
than me
about
because
the
I
day of
went
the
off.
funeral.
We born the
Didn't worry
same
about
day. I
before the
went off.
funeral. Nothing.
You see that now? Imagine your mother not even going,
Yeah.
ain't even going, and you
why
asking
do
about a
y'all
life insurance
why do y'all
policy.
think this
That's
happens?
sad.
This happens so
Why?
much. And I'm quite sure it happens in other communities, but we talking about in our communities that we know. Why do y'all think it happens?
Oh.
Money hungry. The same way our black people kill each other for other people's stuff, for other people's ish.
A
It's
long time
sad.
ago in school, I don't remember this man's name. He was a black man. I want to say, what's that? He anyway during slavery. What is his name? He told the white man how to control us by putting us up against each other.
Okay, Tanya,
Yeah.
talking about the
That's
Willie
why this
Lynch
is
orders.
happening because it's been embedded in us
Yeah.
since they came to
Let me
America.
tell you, with
So
women,
they taught us to be envious and
let me
jealous.
tell you,
And
I'm about to say that women, the real women, our
what is
queens,
his name?
us,
Frederick
we
Douglass? I
supposed
can't.
to no, we supposed to literally fix each other crowns, love on one another, help one another, sisterhood. You feel me? But instead, they made them competitive, light skin, dark, thick skin. Skinny used to be the in style when I was
Yeah,
younger.
because you'd be in the kitchen if it were that
That
day.
Hey,
now they want you thicker than a
but
snicker,
wait,
huh?
wait. I would have been in the kitchen, but I would have took her husband. Don't get it twisted. I would have been the one that he wanted to get married and get kicked out the family. Now that's how
That,
that
that,
would have went.
now they want them thicker than a snicker, huh?
Exactly. And they turn it down. And they even do it. I mean, with the skinny girls that who got the best stuff, the thick girls. And what's wrong with y'all? Like the size of the woman got something to do with the
We are in
cuckoo.
cuffing season right now. It's about to get cold. It's about to get serious out here in the
Yeah,
streets.
so all the big women about to get their love.
No, but listen, my whole thing is like, 'cause I used to be skinny. So and I used to hate it. I used to put on like 5 pair of panties, 3 pair of tights under my jeans and look thick. I used to hate all my girlfriends was thick. Now I'm trying to cut this shit off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not keeping everything else, but you know this gotta go. The gut gotta go. But what I'm saying is they really make women jealous. I went through it my whole life. You know,
But it's
I'm a
not
very
saying it's
I'm gonna
not
ask y'all a
just the
question
women.
though.
It's our culture, period,
Like,
to be in
yeah, the
constant
men jealous of the
competition
men.
and be jealous and
Yeah, the
angry
men
and
jealous of the
envious.
men, and the
I'm
women
gonna
be
ask
jealous
y'all
of
a
the women.
question based off the video, right? I know a lot of times in our families, like you when they come to the house and then somebody be at messing up, you be like, well, I can't trust them because they drug, they spend all their money on drugs. She didn't look like she don't keep herself together. The house looked
But
fairly
something
clean.
wrong with her if she on going live with her brother that's on television,
Nothing
embarrassing
going
their
wrong with her. She
family.
desperate, don't want to
Wait,
lose the
listen,
only home she
going
got
live.
now. And she feel like she entitled to it.
Listen,
That's what's wrong with her.
degrading her family, humiliating her family. He's a public figure. It's not that deep. I see she paid for it. I see she chipped in for it. I see she was there for 10, 15 years and he trying to sell it. 3 years and you had your own house. If you just trying to live in luxury, don't go in my mother room. This is his house. What's wrong with you? She made herself look crazy. She embarrassed the family. And if I was him, I would definitely sell the house. Maybe they could make up later, but I don't blame him, is what I'm saying. Why
All
should she
right,
be warded the house after, especially after that? Once you did that, it was definitely over.
all right, we put a puppy on that. Well, our next one, I'm not even gonna pull it up because he's all over the news. I mean, even when you try to pull up an article,
He's smart.
I put it on the flyer, and I'm gonna ask you, Faith, because I know you didn't get a chance to join us last week when we addressed him and his shirt. So I put it on the flyer and I said, "What the f, Kanye? Tell us what you think about what's going on with Kanye and his recent stuff." Kanye has basically been suspended, not kicked off. He's been suspended on Instagram and Twitter because he said that Puffy was controlled by a specific religion, of a religion of people. It's not a race; it's a religion. Um,
Oh,
and
so that's what Puffy
he
did?
said that that particular religion controls cancel culture. So people said that he's anti-Semitic, which when I hear that, I think it's the most stupidest thing to say about anybody that believes in the three top religions in this world cannot be anti-Semitic. We know that Kanye claims to say he's a follower of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So, Faith, what you think was going on with him?
Um, honestly, I think he a genius overall. He may got issues, but he definitely a genius because we still talking about him. Everybody's talking about him, every race, every color. But I really feel like he about for himself. It's not even about race for him. So that's why he put White Lives Matter. He got white friends. That's how I'm looking at it. How he's so nonchalant and you know, it just he it's all about him. And everybody fall into his trap. And that's it.
Oh, interesting. You brought up
No,
that shirt.
honestly, like I'm getting all this attention. It's like a kid that how they like, oh, they bad, and they not really bad. They just need attention, and since that's the only attention that he gets, when he all nice and calm and being polite, and he no attention. But when he
Well,
acts out, he gets all the attention.
and I'm glad you brought it up. I didn't want to bring up his shirt, Faith, but I got to
Yeah,
bring it up. And you spoke to this earlier, so
yeah.
I'm a, as me. I looked at his shirt as a shirt that was they used for Fashion Week, and then when people got upset about it, and then he explained how he felt about the Black Lives Matter organization. I don't think that's very indisputable about that organization and what they've done and what they didn't do. Um, so I did some research, and then last week when me and Tanya was talking about it, we know it was years ago that Nas and Khalees wore a shirt that had nigger on it. Not an A, the ER. Do you think as an artist, Faith, and you are an artist, you not only do you have your own podcast, but you're a poet. And do you think that your artistic freedom should never be infringed upon? Because me and you have talked about
Yeah,
censorship.
yeah. It's like I feel like with art you should be able to express yourself in any kind of way. But in the times that we live in today, I think it should be done tasteful and with respect to others. That's all. Like I said earlier, it's like calling a Puerto Rican person a spick or black person a nigger, and you're not black, and you're white, calling them a honky. Like, I just because I got freedom of speech don't mean I have to come against a race and wear it proud on my back. Like, I could do that. Like, okay, I got freedom. Who are you? Especially the day and time that we going through. But who wants to do that? It's like controversy for what?
So you believe that artistic freedom is not expressing himself.
Artistic don't mean disrespect.
He didn't disrespect nobody.
Oh no, I ain't talking about.
Listen what he did. Listen what he did.
Nigger.
He made a shirt. When you really think about the shirt, and I'm not saying that people should or shouldn't be offended.
I took the shirt different. I thought it was smart.
In our hood,
honestly.
He didn't rob nobody. He didn't call nobody a name. He was at Fashion Week in France and had a shirt that said "White Lives Matter." I believe we got triggered.
Yeah, it was just weird because we just honestly, I believe white lives matter, but the thing that I'm not wearing it on my shirt because they're not in danger. You know what I'm saying? They're not the ones that's dying, but their lives do matter, just like every other race out here matters. But we is the one that's in danger. We're endangered species. So for a black man to wear, because a white man wear it, you wouldn't know what it means, but a black man wearing it, it's like I feel like he should have had white lives, black lives matter, white lives matter. That would have been a dope shirt. That would have been a dope shirt. That's it. You're black and you saying white lives matter.
Tanya is looking like
his shirt gave me calm.
I don't agree. Like I told you last week, white lives matter when all lives matter. Period. We've heard that slogan already. So right now, like she just said, they're not endangered species right now.
Yeah,
so therefore, that was not even necessary for him to say. So what are you sucking up, kissing up? You already rich. You want more attention and more money.
And
that's why he did it.
That's why
I'm just gonna say I'm not.
That's why he's so smart.
Guys. I'm out here. I'm not an endangered species.
You are.
No, I'm not an endangered species. No, I'm not.
What makes you think you ain't?
I'm not. I know how it is to be living under the social construct of race in America.
You ride through a white community.
Faith, where I live at. I live around Chuck, so don't start.
Okay.
I know the number one goal for me is
you gotta worry about getting pulled over.
And my motto is men move accordingly. So I know how to move.
You have to worry about being pulled over.
Not saying that nothing can happen to me. That has happened to countless other black men. I'm not saying
it better not happen to you.
But what I'm saying is,
but guess what? I only could do.
All I
have to do is talk about it in March.
Why? If you know that this guy is into fashion, number one, he's into doing weird stuff. Kanye has always done weird stuff, a trendsetter. Why? I don't understand, Al. He said that and it triggered people. And we could even go back to the statement that he said about slavery, that it was a choice. People forget, even though she's not here, Harriet Tubman said the same thing.
That why
people chose because she kicked up.
She did.
She kicked up and grabbed people with her.
She did.
She said, "Y'all choosing to stay in this bondage."
Yeah,
I'm not. My thing about people is we are emotionally charged. Instead of listening to or taking things from context, we get caught up. What, he put a
You
White
know what it
Lives
is?
Matter
Only the
shirt on.
poor blacks. I'm gonna say
He
it. The
got
poor
triggered because
blacks.
not only because of the White Lives Matter sweatshirt, it's because he was with Candace Owens, and people feel like Candace Owens is a bedwench and they don't like her. That's why people got triggered.
I don't even know her, so I just felt as though okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I first seen it, you know, I just felt like, honestly, because now I'm trying to put myself in his shoes and what is he thinking before I judge him. Now, only thing I could think of him wearing the white, he not in the same boat as us. He really had white, genuine friends that he probably love and care about. You feel me? And he expressing that. White Lives Matter too. I guess he's trying to express that he's
It
neutral.
didn't say two. It just said White Lives Matter. It didn't say White Lives Matter too.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with
a
you.
whole
But
different thing.
I'm just trying to really analyze this man's brain right now of why
You can't
what could he
analyze
possibly
the
wear
genius,
all white,
the one who flew the cuckoo's nest.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question now. You know, I'm always gonna try to be as objective as possible. If y'all see me with a shirt with Cardi B on it, would y'all be offended?
No.
Cardi B said black women is nothing but roaches.
I ain't know she said that.
And she living with a roach. She made a roach.
So what is her daughter?
No. But see,
what is
she
her
said
kids
it.
then? They're black.
She said it.
She said that.
I ain't hear it. I've never heard about that. But she's never been one of my favorite ones, artists either.
And even
is
somebody
sure she said that?
Look it up. Even somebody who I like. Even somebody who I like.
Mad. She better not say that all black women was roaches.
Even
now you
somebody
talk about
who
your
I
own
like,
kids.
right? Somebody who I like. Because I when I was in school, I was into reading heavy. Che Guevara. People, you see all these rappers that wear Che Guevara shirt. Che Guevara didn't like black people.
Well, that's the same thing with Timberland. He said, I didn't make them for black people. I made them for the working white man.
So
and black people turn into
my
fashion.
thing is,
all done.
My thing is, Kanye is polarizing. You either like Kanye or you don't. You're not going to be on the fence with him.
At first, I thought he was weird until I seen his documentary that
he's got that Gemini alpha male trait
honestly,
going on.
I gained a lot of respect for Kanye after watching from beginning to end and how he do love God, and I feel like he had a breakdown. I feel like he had a nervous breakdown when his mother passed away, and he's still dealing with it and grieving real bad. Honestly,
but
you see, before his mother death to after his mother death, it's like two different people. Did y'all watch it?
I saw it.
That man is mentally challenged in that song.
No, he's not. He
is mentally challenged. Oh yes, he is.
That man had a nervous breakdown.
Yes, we know that, and that leads to being mentally challenged.
Yeah, but it's just like, mental health is real.
It's still,
and people want to condemn it. He need help. He feel lost. He don't feel loved anymore.
The craziest people, the smartest people do the craziest things. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we all crazy a little bit.
No, not like those type people.
Yeah,
not like Jeffrey Dahmer and the rest of them.
No, you right on that note. And then I ain't even like how they was making jokes of all of Mimi's people. Is just crazy. This world is done that.
No, one thing. I believe that as a race, if you want to say that, let's look at black as a race, okay, for the conversation.
I'm feeling like y'all justifying this nonsense this man has just been.
No, I'm just being real.
No, Tanya,
we all been.
That's what's wrong with him. That's what we end up doing, supporting his cuckoo.
And you know what? I think we should. They support they folk. They support they folk no matter they pill you, drag you to a car, till our skin come off. They support they folk. Maybe we need to. Honestly, he messed up. He effed up, but I'm
always fucking up.
Yeah, but I'm going to support him. I think we should.
Feisty.
No, I'm serious. Because they don't support us. They support their own. We need to get with the program.
We need to say, Kanye, you right, Kanye. We going to start wearing them too.
Kanye,
no, I ain't wearing no. No, I ain't gonna say I wear white like that. All I
would you if you had a pair, you got a pair of Yeezys?
You know what? Let me tell y'all.
I know I don't. I think they the ugliest, stupidest, biggest boat ever seen in my life. That's the dumbest sneaker in the world.
But let me tell you, He made me lose my train of thought, Tanya. Because I'm about to give it. I'm about to say, I forgot. You gotta finish what you were saying so it can come back to me. Getting old. Getting old. For real, getting
Well,
old.
we gonna Faith. Tell us, because we're about to close. Y'all know me. I get a little crazy at night.
Yeah, you gotta see the eyes
What's up
getting
for this
heavy.
week? What he said, she said. Faith.
Munchie is gonna be doing. He said she said alone this week because I have to. Don't be huffing and puffing. Didn't I tell you my brother's in critical condition, and I have not been down there yet. They finally took him off the life support. He breathing on his own, but he still didn't wake up. So and they put him in his own room. So that's still good news. So hopefully, you know, our sister brother bond, I can get him up out that funk. So I'm going down Friday and I'm coming back Monday. So that's why I will be missing the but I'm gonna tune in. I'm gonna call in and be on the phone with everybody. But
What's the topic? He
I'm
told you
not
the
sure.
topic?
No, I'm
All
not
right.
sure.
Well,
Yep. But
this concludes another
yeah, I
great
just
episode of
pray for me and my family. When I told you I was under a lot of stress, I'm keeping it real. You know, I would never just not show up. You know that.
you're not
So
under a lot of stress, okay?
not no more. God got me. When I say he got me,
No, no,
everything
you're
was
not.
turned around, turned around,
No
turned
burden
around.
is going to be placed on you that you can't bear.
That's true. That's true.
With that, Tanya, do you have any last words?
No.
He's like, y'all, and we gonna support our people no matter what.
Who?
Say
Are we
that again.
capable of it? Are
What
we going to
people?
support our black people, our black race, no matter what?
We
Are we
should.
capable of that? I think so.
We
Are we
should.
capable of it?
That'll be a show that we're going to discuss one day.
God, we
Very soon.
should.
We're going
You
to
right.
figure it out.
I support Cuckoo. You right. You're right.
With
Yeah.
that, this concludes another great episode of Trending Topics. Remember, like, share, subscribe to our craziness.
Yes.
We talk about serious topics with a comedy twist with it. Not that it's funny, but sometimes you can't take things too serious where you don't enjoy a good laugh. With that, have a
Empathy,
great
not
night and take
sympathy.
care.
Okay.